I've heard the whispers. I've seen the stares. I know they're talking about me, the whore, the homewrecker, the shameless one. But if only they knew, I don't care. It's not my fault if my boyfriend, Marco, is so shallow and so easy to get. Yes, that's me. I'm Sophia, and I cheated on Marco. Not just once, but repeatedly. And the funniest part? I don't regret it. Why? Because, let's be real, Marco was boring. So damn boring. I still remember when we first met. Typical university romance. Handsome, smart, a bit rich. Everyone thought I hit the jackpot. I thought so too at first. But after just a few months, I got tired. He always wanted movie marathons at home. Dinner at a casual resto. Hand-holding while walking in the mall. So mundane. So predictable. Me? I want excitement. I want thrill. I'm not content with ordinary love. So when Carlo appeared, a friend of Marco's who was always following us around, I didn't let the opportunity pass. Carlo, the opposite of Marco. Easy to talk to, arrogant but witty, and he looked at me like I was the most beautiful creature in the world. Not like Marco, who just seemed to see me as his trophy girlfriend. It started with simple flirtations, until it led to secret texting, and finally, we met alone. The feeling of the forbidden was so good. The feeling of playing with someone was so good. I can't say I love Carlo, maybe his attention just felt better. And the fact that I was cheating on Marco with his own friend? Oh, the irony. It felt so good to be in control of the situation. There were times Marco caught me texting someone. But he's so stupid, I easily convinced him it was just a friend. You're so jealous, babe, I'd say, with a smile. And he'd believe it. He was that desperate not to lose me. He didn't see the signs that I myself was giving. The nights I'd say I wasn't feeling well so I could be with Carlo. The sudden outings with friends. People judge me. But they don't know that they themselves pushed me to this. Their expectations of me being a perfect girlfriend. Marco's treatment of me like a fragile vase he needed to protect. It was suffocating. I needed an escape. And Carlo was that escape. I wouldn't say I'm always happy. There are moments when I think, what am I doing? But it quickly fades. Because the truth is, I'm happier in this situation. I control everything. I control Marco's life, his feelings, and even his reputation among his friends. If you think I'm a bad person, well, you're right. I don't care about Marco's feelings. Or Carlo's, for that matter. What's important is me. My happiness. And if my happiness can be achieved by ruining them, then so be it. Am I an a-hole? Yes. But at least, I won this fight. The day we graduated came. I thought everything would become more complicated, but it actually became even easier. Marco, busy looking for a stable job, planning our future, which included me. While I was busy looking for a new thrill. Carlo was already abroad, working. We no longer had contact, but I didn't take long to find a replacement. New Marcos came into my life, and even more Carlos followed. I don't understand why some women get hurt when they're cheated on. So weak. If I were in their situation, I'd just laugh. Cry over a man? I don't think I can. I don't get why they let themselves be victims. They should learn to be a-holes too. So they won't be wrong. Because in this world, if you don't abuse, you'll be abused. Often, I think, when will I get tired of this? But for now, it seems like never. The feeling of power is so good. The feeling of freedom is so good. I don't need to explain myself to anyone. I don't need to follow society's rules. Life is a game, and I am the player. And in this game, I set the rules. So if you're hurt by what I do, that's not my problem. That's your problem. Years passed, a blur of faces and fleeting connections. The game, as I called it, became second nature. I perfected the art of deception, the subtle manipulation, the effortless charm that drew people in only to discard them when they no longer served my purpose. My career thrived, ironically, in a field that required strategic thinking and persuasion. I had everything I thought I wanted: success, independence, and a life free from the suffocating expectations of others. But then, the calls started. Not from old flames or angry exes, but from friends, or what I thought were friends, with voices laced with concern, then pity, then outright judgment. Sophia, have you seen yourself lately? You're always alone, even in a crowd. Do you even know how to be real anymore? I'd brush them off, of course. Weak. Jealous. Hypocrites. But their words, like tiny splinters, began to accumulate. I started noticing things. The polite distance people kept. The way conversations shifted when I entered a room. The way genuine laughter seemed to elude me, replaced by a hollow, practiced chuckle. One evening, I found myself in an empty, sterile apartment, the silence deafening. No texts pinging, no secret rendezvous planned, no Marco to manipulate, no Carlo to toy with. Just me. And for the first time, the power felt like a burden. That freedom felt like isolation. That winning felt like losing everything truly valuable. I remembered the old days, the innocent joy of a simple movie night with Marco before I twisted it into something mundane. The easy camaraderie with Carlo before I made him a pawn. I had wanted excitement, thrill, control. And I got it. But in chasing it, I had shed every genuine part of myself, piece by piece, until there was nothing left but a polished, cynical shell. The reflection in the mirror wasn't the triumphant player I imagined. It was a woman with tired eyes, a forced smile, and a profound emptiness. The whispers I had dismissed were not just about me being a whore or a homewrecker. They were also about me being utterly alone. The game was over. And for the first time, I felt the sting of a defeat that wasn't inflicted by anyone else, but by my own twisted rules. This wasn't the triumphant roar of victory I'd always envisioned. It was a dull ache, a slow, agonizing realization that I hadn't won anything. I had simply burned everything down, including the warmth of true connection. The regret wasn't a sudden flood but a gradual seep, eroding the foundations of my carefully constructed indifference. It was a regret for the laughter I'd never truly shared, the trust I'd never earned, the genuine affection I'd never allowed myself to feel or give. It was a regret for the emptiness inside that no amount of superficial winning could fill. There was no one left to blame, no one left to manipulate. Just the stark, uncomfortable truth: in trying to be an a-hole to everyone else, I had truly become one to myself. And the hardest part, I finally felt the regret. Not for them, but for the person I had sacrificed on the altar of my own perceived power. The reckoning wasn't a grand confrontation, it was a quiet, crushing realization within the solitude of my own making. And it was a far heavier punishment than any scorn or judgment the world could throw at me. So, to anyone who hears this, to anyone who's ever been a Marco, or a Carlo, or even a Sofia, don't chase the thrill of control. Don't believe the lie that indifference is strength. It's not. It's a cage. And eventually, you'll be the only one left inside. I write this not for absolution, because I don't deserve it. I write this as a warning. Some games are not worth winning. And sometimes, the biggest a-hole in the story is the one looking back at you from the mirror.
And that brings us to the end of Sophia's story. A stark, uncomfortable truth about the price of playing games with hearts, and the heavy weight of a self-inflicted reckoning. If this raw, unfiltered look into the mind of a cheater resonated with you, or perhaps made you think differently, please let me know in the comments below. Did you find this content compelling? Give this video a like. It really helps the channel. And if you want to explore more stories that challenge perspectives and delve deep into complex characters, consider subscribing for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.